Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this very special announcement. We're thrilled that every one of you is here with us today because we have some good news, wonderful news for you, which I will share in a few minutes. This will be my final Cities Thrive meeting with you as First Lady of New York City, which, of course, stirs up all kinds of emotions. More than anything, I'm overwhelmed with joy and excitement for where this coalition is headed because this coalition is not stopping. Today is the beginning of a new chapter in this movement that we built together. As some of you may remember, our first Cities Thrive conference was in November 2016, 1 week after the presidential election. Well, let's just say it was a fitting moment. We were a bipartisan group, deeply concerned about our families and the communities we served. And what I remember most is the feeling of solidarity that we shared. So many of us had struggled alone for a long time. And the second we came together, we knew we had found our people. With a refreshing wave of new connections, we nourished our souls and we laughed. There were some tears, of course, with all those personal stories. And we really believe that together we could change the conversation around mental health in America and break down the barriers to care. Now, here we are recovering from COVID, and that mission has never felt more urgent. More Americans are having open, honest conversations in a way that would have been impossible to imagine when we first came together just a few years ago. Mayors, county leaders, so many people are saying mental health has to be part of policies and budgets. And at the federal level, we have an administration that is committed to a more integrated approach to behavioral health, one that is invested in community based care and the mental well being of our students and values the work we are doing locally. This is our moment, and we must seize it together to shape the future for our families. Cities Thrive has made some remarkable progress. We brought elected officials, policymakers, and faith leaders into the world of mental health. We helped them understand what was happening on the ground from different perspectives. We brought decision makers together for different kinds of conversations, encouraging unprecedented partnerships. And we have taken action in our own backyards, with cities like Huntington, West Virginia, aggressively tackling the substance use and opioid crisis, Denver, Colorado, locally funding behavioral health services. And here in New York City, where we introduced a social emotional learning curriculum in 2019, we launched universal social emotional screenings for the first time this fall with more clinics and additional health professionals to support those in need. Without federal leadership or guidance, we have given each other a support system to lean on. And as more voices join the conversation, we help more leaders see that mental health cannot live in a silo. It is the province of every agency, every policy, and every individual has a role to play. And as our voice as a coalition grows stronger, this movement will become more powerful. Our goals are ambitious, to say the least, but I am confident in this movement. As I remind our members, you are Cities Thrive, and Cities Thrive is you. The strength is in our people, our connection, and our shared commitment to the work. For 5 years, we have grown together. And over the past year, we've been hard at work building a structure that will lead to continued success. Which brings me to our two big announcements today. First, starting next year, 2022, the Cities Thrive Coalition will have a permanent home as part of the National Council for Mental Well-Being. As many of you know, the Council has been a terrific partner to the coalition this past year, sharing their resources and partnering with us on important discussions like our July congressional briefing on mental health equity. And I know many of you have worked with the Council in your own communities. Their resources, their incredible team, and their deep connection to our communities, all of those things are going to help us move this coalition forward. Now, The other piece of news, which is equally exciting, I am elated to announce the coalition's two new co-chairs, Mayor Hillary Sheevy of Reno, Nevada, and yes, and Mayor Michael B. Hancock of Denver, Colorado. Now, Chuck will give them a full, proper introduction shortly, but I have to say that both of these mayors feel this mission personally, deeply. They have been innovators in their own cities, and they have proven themselves to be exceptional collaborators and champions for the work. In just a few minutes, they will speak about their connection to this movement and why they have volunteered to lead the charge. Today is the beginning of a new chapter, and I couldn't be more proud to be part of it.